What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Christopher Bean with Tactical Advantage, and today we are looking at Mec Gar metallic Glock mags. A solution for a problem or a solution looking for a problem? Let's see.
Lucky Gunner is my recommended trusted provider of freedom seeds for range or defensive use. In stock, good prices, and rocket fast shipping are why I go back again and again. Because of new guidelines, I can't link their site or say it, but you're smart and you can find it with a simple Google search. Stick it to the man by paying them a visit today.
What we're going to take a look at today are these two Mec Gar magazines. These are metallic magazines that Mec Gar came out with, oh, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so. We've got one for the 19 and we've got one for the 17. And this isn't really a review per se because I haven't ran these yet, but I did take some time to look at them and at least formulate some opinions on why they exist. So what we've got here is a regular Glock magazine with a Dawson Precision floor plate. I ran these a lot when I ran Glocks. I've moved to HK now, but I am quite familiar with Glocks. And design intent and things like that. And we've also got a tube to kind of show you some things. So first things first, with Glock magazines, they have a polymer magazine with a metal, what's the word I want to use there, but like maybe just a metal sleeve inside and polymer formed around it. So why does that become an issue? So in my opinion and an experience, we've got the mag release that engages right here on Glock magazines. And what I've found over time is both the mag release and the magazines are kind of set up as sacrificial anodes from Glock. That's why the magazines are so inexpensive. That's why the mag release costs basically $2 from Glock. These things are designed to wear out and be easy to replace. So fine, that's cool, that's great. And as you can see, I mark my magazines when I put them into service because Glock magazines, when I'm running or being a prolific user, these will last me about a year, and I go through about 3, maybe 2 mag releases a year. I practice a ton of reloads, things like that. So a casual user would never experience this. It wouldn't really be an issue. But if you practice a lot, these things are kind of going to show themselves. So in the course of a year, not only am I changing out mag releases, I'm throwing out magazines just because they're wearing out. Like this portion right here will actually get lipped, and once that gets lipped, you can it's starting to happen on this one, starting to happen there. Once it gets lipped, you run a risk of the magazine falling out under a string of fire, and that's problematic. But again, not the end of the world because they're inexpensive to replace, easy to replace, can certainly do the mag catches yourself. But really, we have 2 sacrificial anodes. So what I think these Mec Gar magazines are looking to do is eliminate there being 2 issues down to 1. So these obviously have a metal exterior. This isn't going to wear out unless it gets hit real hard. So now the only risk is to the $2 part versus the $25 part. That's kind of nice. I'm all about like spending less money doing maintenance or keeping your guns up and running. What I have found with these so far is they actually insert really well. I was a little bit concerned because what happens a lot when you have dissimilar materials like a metal mag into a polymer frame, it can cause a little bit of catch or resistance when you're actually inserting the magazines, and that's problematic. But these so far do not seem to do that. So what we have on the table right now is a Glock 34, Shadow Systems DR920P, and the Glock 19. Both of these are Gen 5s. So in testing a little earlier, so this is the Glock magazine polymer, and we see virtually no resistance until right when you get on it, and then click in. So super slick to go in, no issue there at all. And then when I look at the Mec Gar, slick, slick, slick. Now there's where we start meeting resistance. In, but it's still super duper slick. I like how the floor plate works with my mag wells. Let's check on the 34, which has a beefy mag well. Still good. And then another point of note is a factory Glock magazine with a factory floor plate holds 17 rounds. This with the flush fit floor plate holds 18, so you get one extra round in this. Also hold 18 in the Glock 19. The Glock 19 one, again, we can see where that's where it meets, but super easy to push through. But I kind of like, if you didn't like mag wells, I kind of like the little extension that they use there. So everything seems to fit nice, no issues. I like how they've rounded these just a little bit. It's just, they flow pretty well. And the concern I had with them actually inserting well into the gun itself does not seem to present itself. The only thing I'd be concerned of is if you were running these exclusively, you might want to make sure that you have a couple mag catches on hand. They're super easy to change. It takes about 2 minutes, but have a couple on hand, one in your range bag maybe. And if you start seeing dropouts, you know, just swap that thing out. But again, that's only a $2 part. So the next interesting thing, when I first got these, or first saw them, I was concerned about the price, because magazines for Glocks, they're literally the price leader. These are very inexpensive, 20-something dollars, you know, 25 bucks, we'll just say, as a median. These are pretty much the same, maybe $1 or $2 more, but I think the longevity you're going to get out of these is dramatically increased. So really, the cost end of it, which I was concerned about, does not present itself with these. Also, Mec Gar, in my experience, makes good magazines. Like, they don't mess around. I like how they have some fluting. So yeah, these are pretty nice. I can't say much for their function yet. The followers themselves, this follower is a little bit smoother than the Glock follower. Feed lips are pretty good. I've also kind of experienced how you see the exposure on the feed lips on the Glock magazine. I've also bent these before, even though there's very little exposure, so I don't know that there's any more risk in bending the metal mags versus bending this, like if you drop it on concrete the wrong way. So overall, really nice stuff. So again, I'm a fan of these. I'm gonna run these real hard over the next couple months just to kind of see how do they stack up from a longevity perspective, and is what you get out of these worth the $2 you would pay over an OEM magazine. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna find out. So again, that's kind of the gist of these. Super fan so far though. Oops. Get in there. That's all me, that's not the magazine. The 19. So yeah, I'm a fan. I like these. So we're gonna find out, especially that you could lube these up a little bit. The coating looks good. Extra round capacity, no real extra cost, potentially eliminating a failure point. Again, I can't tell you how many Glock magazines, I just go through them. When I was running these guns hard, once you lip that, it's a goner. It's not even worth messing with. Throw it away and buy another one. So this might address that problem. So far so good. Hope that helped you guys. If you're a Glock user, they're worth looking at. We'll see if it creates any reliability issues. With it being a Mec Gar, I'm not super concerned about that. These guys make good magazines. But usually what you see from third-party magazine manufacturers for Glock, they're just trash. But I don't think these are going to be that way. But we'll find out. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea on what these look like. I can just show you. That's the part numbers for the 17. And the part number for the 19. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.